Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Learning Center at ivyMasters.com. And today we're going to look at the 16th question, sample question from this newly digitally released SAT sample questions. Number 16 reads, two nearby trees are perpendicular to the ground, which is flat. One of the trees is 10 feet tall and has a shadow length 5 feet long. At the same time, the shadow on the other tree is 2 feet long. How tall in feet is the other tree? So anytime there's something to draw, it's a good idea to draw it. So you could just draw a simple tree. Here it is. Let's say it's 10 feet long. The shadow, let's say the sun's up here. You don't have to draw the sun, by the way. The shadow is going to be something like this. And if the shadow's 5 feet long, the shadow is going to be on the ground. So I'm going to label this side 10, I'm going to label that side 5. And it said that the tree is perpendicular to the ground. What do you got here? You've got a right triangle. Not that that matters much, but then the other tree, it must be shorter because so I'm going to draw a tree right here. And that shadow is 2 feet long. And so once again, we've got a right triangle. And this is the side that we're looking for. So there is one sun. Now granted, these are in different positions, so it's going to be slightly off. But for the purposes of this, they're super close together. The casting shadow is not going to be much of a difference. Anyway, what we've got here is we've got similar triangles. The sun's going to make the same angle with the tree. It's going to hit each of them at about the same angle. So since we've got similar triangles have something called scale factor. They're in proportion. You might recognize that that's 2.5, so you got to divide the 10 by 2.5. Otherwise, all you do is you set up a proportion, cross multiply and set equal. So in other words, from the shadow, how do we get to the tree's length? We multiply by 2. From the shadow, how do we get to the tree's length? We multiply by 2. It looks like our answer here is going to be 4. If you don't see that, what you could do is, you guys usually like setting up the smaller number on top for a fraction. So we've got shadow length of the big over the length of the big tree. And then we've got shadow length of the small tree over the length of the small tree, which is what we're solving for. And then when you cross multiply and set equal, you get 5x equals 20 and divide both sides by 5 and you get your answer, which is B, 4. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who does not know this. It's kind of classic tree shadow, pole shadow question. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything and check out our 1-minute video on TikTok. Have a great